Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be playing another round of the Stanley Parable. I want to try to get through some more endings and actually play the main story quest because I did not do that last time. That was my intention, but then I sidetracked, and I'm sidetracking now. So let's just get into it. Alright.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley. Okay, sorry, I'm not gonna... No.
Stanley worked for a company...
Skip. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. Are you serious?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly.
What?
The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What? I thought my controller was broken. I was ready to chuck it across the room. Oh no, that wasn't a mistake. My controller actually is broken. Look, I'm... nothing. Because God hates me. Okay, you know what? We tried playing nice with the controller, but the controller just doesn't want to be nice right now, you know? The controller just wants to kind of do its own thing. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to use the mouse, because the mouse never fails. Mouse and keyboard are the OTP of the gaming world, okay? Wait. Okay, now we're ready. Hey, there we go. Please work, please. Yay! And the sensitivity's way too high now. My God. Okay,
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Okay. Are we actually going to be able to...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
We're just doing the main story quest first, and then we'll actually get to the fun part. Itch on my nose.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Profits. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out. Well, I was reading that! Huh! Broom closet. Bye, broom closet. You've been broomed.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, alright. It's so stupid that the controller's not working. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Your
What
mama.
he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
That's absolutely...
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
You done? Thank you. I have so many cool games lined up for this summer. I'm so excited. So if you want to see more of what I do, like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. That whole YouTuber thing. Alright, back to the game. Stay hydrated, children. Okay. What type of audience am I trying to appeal to again?
Into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, sorry.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That one sounds fun. Ooh. Lights
The
up.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
It's the room we were in
What
before.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. I'm pretty tough. I think I got it. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Cool.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
You and most high schoolers, you're not special.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Ooh, should we off, on, off? Eeny, meeny, might. No, we're doing the main. Yeah, we're doing the main story. And then we'll do the fun part. Nobody actually cares about the main story. They just want to screw around. That's the whole point of these games.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Mood.
Was it over?
I hope so.
Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Hairs in my face.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Yeah.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Isn't this the same engine that was used to make Half-Life? Or Half-Life 2? Yeah, like the Source engine. Yeah.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Can you share some of that happiness, please? I could use some. Please? Please? Okay. So now we got that over with. I did it. Nobody can bug me about it
Stanley
anymore.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Live with solitude. I'm being very pessimistic today.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Don't get fired.
Stanley decided
Well,
to
you
go
don't say.
up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, fine. I kind of want to see what's in the escape.
Coming to a staircase,
What was the-
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Passcode was 2854, right? Let's just enter that in and get it over with. Blah, blah, blah,
Stepping
blah,
into his
blah,
manager's
blah,
office,
blah, blah,
Stanley
blah,
was
blah,
once
blah,
again
blah,
stunned
blah,
to
blah,
discover
blah,
not an
nobody
indication
cares,
of any
nobody
human life.
cares.
What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Relaxation is for the dead. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Hold up. Nice.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I'm like the epitome of that girls who say bruh meme. Alright. Escape!
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But escape!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yay!
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs.
I've reached Nirvana.
So he resigned,
Oh, no, I
willingly
can't do
accepted
that.
this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Yeah!
Farewell, Stanley.
Take me away!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his
okay,
body,
we did it.
killing him instantly.
Well... Okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Whoa.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Anyone can talk in a British accent. It doesn't make you special. Okay. Oh, this is kind of cool. Is this like an actual... Okay, full disclosure, I totally remember most of these endings. But I never found out, is this like actual... just files? Like texture packages and props and stuff? The Office. Nope. Nope. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's the credits. Is this the actual... Yeah. Yeah. On Red Bull TV, they have a... I mentioned it before, but they have a behind the scenes of them releasing the game. And it's kind of cool. I love behind the scenes stuff. Boss's office. Okay. What we got over here? Freedom ending. This is the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Countdown desk. Hello. Okay, well, I'm not ready for the exit. I kind of want to look around just a little bit more. That looks too much like Portal 2. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent to Davy, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. The basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. That's cool. Alright. Ooh, and the different offices. I love museums. I miss museums so much. I went to the... Not that anybody cares, but I went to the beach today. And, I'm so accustomed to social isolation that just going on a walk on the beach just completely drained my social battery. Like, I would rather be taking a nap right now over recording this. And not to complain, but, you know. This place is really cool, actually. Okay, maintenance on option 2. Wait, there's a vent? What about... the simplest version that won out. Maintenance, disobey first... Oh, I see. Option 1. That would have been cool if there was a vent, though. But I guess, being an indie game, there are some limits. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. First one was released in May 2012. Will the trailer play? Hey. That's kind of cool. I love ginger ale. Alright. Let's, Okay, there was one... No, wait. I just want to look around a bit more. Okay, I know, this is completely silent. I'm probably gonna edit in some cheesy elevator music just to make this watchable. Alright, let's get out of here. I've wasted enough time. Oh, this will already be our second ending. Dang. Okay, alright.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Bye-bye. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
I don't
as long
think
as
so.
you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Hey! Da 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 da. I just caught a reflection of myself in the black screen of my laptop, and I look just like Cartman from South Park. And it's kind of making me question my life choices right now. I could be doing schoolwork. I could be studying. I could be working on anything else. But no, I'm here in this room talking to you losers. I'm just kidding. You're not losers. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm desperate. Begin the game again. Resume the game. How long will this go? Alright, let's begin the game again. Alright. Is the narrator gone or...
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay. Okay, I remember there being a way to crawl through this window over here. If it would let me. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Maybe if I squat. There we go. Damn it! Okay. Let's try again. Let's try again. Okay. Harabara. 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 There we go. Oh, is it like doing the... Okay, it's alt for squat. Okay, come on. No? Who? Whoa.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Okay.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yep.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Are you sick of this gag?
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
No one watching this is
Well,
lucky
now,
either.
I built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
This is my brain during exams. Just blank. Alright, so are we stuck here now? Okay, wait, let's try going back and see what happens if we click yes instead of no. Oh, but we gotta climb the desk again. Bye-bye.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
All right, let's see what happens if we push yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Okay. Is he gonna
There
sing?
once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. Did it all day in a meaningful way. But his brain had long ceased to function.
What's wrong with me?
Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
I'm already unbearable, so what's your point?
You too will become quite unbearable.
This is just gonna be the way it is. Okay. Alright, I don't wanna... Let's see what happens.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Stop interrupting! Uncle! How long have I been
When
recording?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to see what happens if I go down the stairs instead of up the stairs. I'm curious.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
My dad's office, I visit him sometimes at work, and he has a staircase just like this. I visit him. I visited him before COVID. I used to go visit him.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
No.
All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
What?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
It's too meta, man.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yep.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Yay.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
I love
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
That's what they all say.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Famous last words. Famous. Here we go.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, great.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Huh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
I'm like
Everyone
5
knows
seconds
what
away
crazy
from that.
people look like.
Jeez.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
It's boring.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, dang! That was quite dark, actually. Oh. Well, let's just see this through and then we'll end it here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, that was
This was
weird.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Pretty
it.
much.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Bye-bye!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but I'm still laughing, so I don't know.